Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to online classes. This is C.H. John Paul, lecturer in English of Sri Venkateswara College of Arts and Science, Amlapuram, affiliated Adhikavinani University, Rajamahendravaram, who have been discussing about the second year, fourth semester, communication and soft skills paper. Unit 1, Unit 2 explained very clearly in the previous videos. And third unit, paraphrasing and summarizing. In this unit, the last part, summarizing. What is summarizing? What is a summary? How is different from paraphrase? How is different from paraphrase? Okay. What is a summary? First of all, what is the summarizing? What is the summarizing? Summarizing is representing the main ideas contained in the original text. Contained in the original text. Prose or poetry, leaving out the irrelevant or the unimportant. Unlike a paraphrase which cannot delete or reduce or remove. A summary therefore can be shorter than the original text in many cases. The paraphrase is often longer than the original text. Longer than the original text. Summarizing is a skill to note making in many respects. Both present the main ideas. A summary is a group of sentences which is continuity. Note making, on the other hand, is a set of mere phrases or broken sentences presented in separate points. Presented as separate point. This is a summarizing and summary. So, in this previous lesson, you have learned what is effective paraphrasing and steps out to paraphrasing. In this and the next lesson, you will learn what makes a good summary and how to write a summary. First of all, what is a good summary? What is a good summary and what are the features of good summary? What are the features of good summary? As paraphrasing and summarizing, is also putting down the main idea of someone else's work in your own words. However, a summary is always shorter than the original, since the idea is to include only the main points of the original work and to leave out the irrelevant. And leave out the irrelevant. Summarizing is an extremely useful tool in various fields. It is not possible to reproduce the entire original text. Hence, it is necessary to summarize the original to meet specific needs. It is closely related to note making since the next step is to write a summary. Thus, a summary is nothing but putting together the main ideas in the note taking in a sequentially written form. A good summary is one which is simple, clear, and well structured. Second, a good summary is one which contains main theme and supporting ideas. And a good summary is one which is written in your own words. A good summary is one which contains very few words. So, a good summary does not do this. One is certain sentences from the original text. Certain sentences from the original text. They are replaced with sentences which contain the same semiotics. And second, a good summary does not contain any kind of new information or any views or options or opinions. Third, a good summary does not use symbols and abbreviations as you do in note making. A good summary does not summarize only one part of the text. All the main points are taken into consideration. So, once read example of good summary. Read the following text and its summary given below the text to understand what a summary. The example of psychological traces. However, our major focus while discussing heart diseases is on psychological treasures. Psychological causes of stress relevant around the fact as to how we mentally react to various events and problems happening around us, and how we look at the world and life in general. If we react to various things with negative emotions, example anger, fear, hatred, jealousy, revenge, worry, irritation, frustrations, anxiety, etc., we are bound to be stressed. To illustrate with a small example, Suppose your TV has suddenly gone out of order in your home. One way is to feel highly tense as to why it is happened. The TV was so costly. Now, now I cannot enjoy the TV. Another mature way of looking at it is that it is a way of life. Things can get out of order, and I should be able to accept any eventuality in life. This type of thinking won't create stress in you. Hence, psychological causes of stress can be very easily eliminated by readjusting your attitudes and reactions towards various things in life. Events or various incidents themselves don't create stress. It is only your attitude and outlook towards them which create stress. If we can learn to view everything positively, it is impossible to be in stress. In fact, experts in the field of stress management point out that no circumstances cannot as a stressor without support from our negative reactions. We can always react positively even towards the most negative and miserable circumstances in life. It is just a question of transformation of our attitude. It is not an exaggeration to say that mental altitude is everything in life. So, these psychological treasures summary చేయాలి. Summary చూద్దాం. Doctor focus a great deal on psychological factors while discussing heart diseases because mental reaction to external factors and a person's attitude towards life play a major role in creating stress. Negative emotions like anger and jealousy can be avoided by changing one's way of thinking and by adopting a positive and matured attitude towards problems, small as well as serious ones. Stress management experts agree that a positive attitude and elimination of negative thoughts can minimize stress and thereby ensure a healthy life. When you read the text and summary, you will find the following main points in both. 1. Role of stress in heart disease, psychological factors. 2. Mental reaction to external factors and incidents. 3. Negative reaction, emotions anger, jealousy leading to psychological stress. A simple unpleasant incident, breakdown of TV, can lead to stress. Changing one's attitude towards life and developing a positive attitude can completely eliminate stress. Stress management experts point out that positive reaction can lessen the effect of the worst possible incident. A person's attitude decides his or her state of mental as well as physical well-being. So this is the example of summary. Coming to the first point, what is summary? How it is differ from paraphrase. A summary is a concise presentation of the central idea of a text in a simple style than that of the text. A summary gives the main points only of the text. It leaves out the unimportant details. It avoids repetitions too. It is therefore shorter than the given text. A paraphrase, on the other hand, cannot leave out anything from the original text. It has to restart every point contained in the text. Therefore, a paraphrase is mostly longer than the original text. The next important point is what is a good summary and what are the features of good summary. A summary is always shorter than the original text since the idea is to include only the main points of the original work and to leave out the irrelevant. A good summary is one which is simple, clear, and well structured, contain main theme and supporting ideas. It written in your own words, contains very few words. So characteristics or features of good summary. A good summary is simple, straight, short, plain, and easy to understand. Second, it presents all the important ideas of the original text. It is always shorter than the given text. It does not blindly reproduce large portions of the text. No new ideas, views, or opinions are added. It does not use confusing or unusual abbreviations or symbols. Next, it presents a complete, well constructed theme of the given text in a short and plain form. A good summary offers a better and easier understanding of the given text. This is the features and examples. The next important thing is what are the stages of summarizing. This is the last point of this unit, summarizing. What are the stages of summarizing? In the previous lesson, you have learned what a good summary is. We have learned that a summary in a short version of a text which highlights main points, and is written is clear and simple and organized manner. That is, we shall understand to given text clearly and note all the main points. Then all these points are expressed in our own words. The summarizing, like paraphrasing, involves three stages. 1. Note taking stage. Second, writing stage. Third, editing stage. Three stages are there. First one, note taking stage. At this stage, you need to read the text carefully and highlighted the main points. This is the most first step. Second, note down all the points as you do in note making. Note down all the points as you do in all making. Next, you may use symbols, graphs, drawing to note down the points. To note down the points. This is note taking stage. Next, writing stage. While writing the summary, don't look at the text. Concentrate only on the notes you have taken during the first stage. Second, write in a complete sentences each point you have noted down. Third, use your own words and sentences. Consult a dictionary to use the synonyms. The next one, don't add your opinions. Examples are analysis. Next one, see that there are no repetition of ideas or points. This is writing stage. And editing stage. Finally, you need to compare it with the original. Second, see that all the points are organized logically. Third, look for the spelling errors, grammatical errors, and correct them. The last one, remove if there is any repetition of ideas or points. These are stages of summarizing. So do the some exercises. Do the some exercises. How to do summarizing? Read the following passage and excerpt from R.K. Narayan short story of a rupee worth. Of a rupee worth. And summarize it in your own words using the techniques you have learned earlier in this unit. సో హాఫ్ ఏ రూపీ వర్త్ సమ్మరీ రాయాలి. ఇప్పుడు మనం వాడు ఇక్కడ వచ్చాడు. సమ్మరీ అంటే ఏంటి? సమ్మరీ అంటే బ్రీఫ్ స్టోరీ కింద రాయాలి. ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ స్టోరీ చదువుతాను. సుబ్బయ్య sold rice at the market gate. Subbaya sold rice at the market gate. In his shop you found heaped in wicker baskets all varieties of rice, from Febli coarse rice to Delhi samba, white as jasmine and slender as a needle. His shop was stuffy and dark, but there was no place on earth like it for him. He loved every inch of it. He liked the smell of guni shake. He liked the smell of rice and husk, and he loved the warm feel of rice in his basket when it arrived fresh from the mill. Through good times and bad times he flourished. There were days of drought when paddy did not come up and the rice mills were silenced. When people looked, hollow, enjoyed, eyed and seemed at the point of falling dead on the roadside. But even then he did not close his shop if he did not find stuff for 20 baskets. He scoured the country side and filled at least 2 baskets and sold them. There were times when the harvest was so rich that he could hardly accept a quarter of the grain that was offered. When it seemed a fool's business to be selling rice, if you sold rice all day and night, you could not hope for a profit. Often use 50 at the end of the month. They called it depression in the trade. The god of harvest seemed a most anxiety and difficult patron. His bounty was as unacceptable as his parsimony. But Subbaya survived all the ups and downs in the harvest and trade. Rice was in his blood. He had served as a sort of appraised shop assistant when his father sat at the sloping desk and counted cash. Those were days when Subbaya loathed. The father sat at the Those were days when Subbaya loathed the rice bags when hermed him in at the shop. He longed for the crowded streets street cinemas, football matches, and wrestling tournaments, which he glimpsed though the covered shop door. But his father more or less kept him chained to the shop and discouraged all his other interests in life, saying young fellows after 10 should be horsewhipped if they are not to become brigands. He practiced this theory of child training with such steadfastness that in due course the little man had no eyes for everything in life except rice, and no head for anything except the price of grain, and dreamed of rice, and thought of rice, and spoke of rice. This is the story of Rupe Vardi, written by R.K. Narayan. How to do the summary? Summary చూద్దాం. Subbaya was a rice vendor at the market gates. His small dark rice shop had all varieties of rice, from the best to the cheapest for sale. The shop looked dusty, yet Subbaya loved each inch of it, including its smells. He prospered through testing and favorable items. Even in drought periods, Subbaya went round villages and somehow produced at least a few baskets full of rice. He never closed his shop even when the business offered him nor great profit. Harvest God's ways are strange, plenty are sanctity. He poses problems, and Subbaya faced them with cheer. Subbaya inherited in rice business from his father. As a young boy, Subbaya hated to be in this shop. He loved to watch football matches, to go to round the crowd streets, etc. But his father was a hard desk master that influenced rice business into Subbaya's blood and helped him to enjoy and develop through rice business. This is the summary of Rupi Vardi. The next one is, one more example is there. One more example is there. That is last one of this one. Read the following passage and expect from C. Rajagopalachari's topic Education for New India and summarize it in your own words. First of all, read the passage, listen. Freedom has resurgently given us a new status and new opportunities, but it also implies that we should discard selfishness, laziness, and narrowness of outlook. Our freedom suggests tile and creations of new values for old ones. We should so discipline ourselves as to be able to discharge our new responsibilities satisfactorily. If there is any one thing that need to be trusted more than any other in the new step up. It is that we should put into action our full capacity, each one of us in productive productive effort, each one of us in his own sphere, however humble work, unceasing work should now be our watchword. Work is wealth and service is happiness. Nothing else is the target crime. The greatest crime in India today is idleness. If we root out idleness, all our difficulties, including even conflicts, will gradually disappear, whether as constable or an official of the state, whether as a businessman or industrialist, artisan or farmer or peasant, each one of us is discharging his obligation to the state and marking a contribution to the welfare of the country. Honest work is the sheet anchor to which we should clipping if we want to be saved from danger or difficulty. This is the fundamental law of progress. Next to honest work is the habit of respecting others people's feelings. It takes all sorts to make this world, and the highest virtue of every citizen is to try to so to conduct himself that the mode of life may be involved, evaluated by which people of differing religious faiths, occupation and attainments which who constitute our society may live in peace and amity. The law of love is a particle code of life, as our dear departed leader so strenuously sought to teach us. My confirmed opinion is that in India there is in fact no communal hearted greed and fear of defeat in economic competition produce what is mistaken for communal ill feeling. There is abundant and bidding respect for all kinds of greeds, faiths, and ways of life. But selfishness and personal ambitions produce conditions of mind of mistaken for communal ill will. It is not therefore a hopeless task to restore and maintain communal amity. This is education for New India system. And I explain summary. Freedom has opened up new avenues associated responsibilities also accompany it. We should give up certain evil traits like laziness and selfishness. Hard work should be our new order, going on working in our own humble capacity. Endlessly is the urgent requirement. It drives away our laziness, it solves our disputes. Honest, hard work alone ensures our development. Respecting all others is the other need. Communal hearted poses a serious problem. Fear of defeat in economic competition is the real villain. We must remember our ancient values. We must think of noble souls principles. We should all work to achieve peace, unity, prosperity, and amity. And amity. These the explanation and do the paraphrasing or summarizing in this video. So thank you so much. Utilize these classes.